What's good, YouTube? This your man Spiel Dog. Man, I think if Boots don't have nobody to fight soon, Keith Thurman is the right guy for him to fight. Keith is a good boxer, but he's also a good puncher. He's a two-time champion. I think a unified champion and a big name in the sport. Won't be an easy fight for either fighter, regardless to who win. But I think that's a good fight for Jaron Ennis right there. A good, respectable fight. Keith just came back after a long layoff, knocked the guy out in a couple of rounds. I think that's the beautiful direction for Boots to go in right now. I don't think and like I said, unless he got a solid or a decent name lined up already, who what would be a better fight for him than Keith Thurman right now? I think I think Boots, if he who they say he is, he should be able to win that fight, but he will have to be careful because Thurman know how to box, Thurman know how to move, and Thurman know how to put big punches together. Plus he been in the ring with better competition. I think that's the perfect fight for Jaron Ennis to really that'll put a lot of credibility behind his name. As far as a real solid champion on his resume. I think that's the perfect fight for him. It shouldn't even be that hard at this point in Keith's career, but I've always been a fan of Keith Thurman. You never know, man. Like I say, Keith got he got good feet, and when he sit down on his punches, he can punch hard. So I like that fight a lot. I haven't heard any names. I think I do know. I think I heard Boots wants to fight Virgil Ortiz. Don't know how true that is. I think Virgil hand was hurt or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that fight will really happen or not. But I think Keith Thurman would be more than happy if he said fighting Boots is a big fight. That's a big money fight. If Keith was to lose that fight, it wouldn't hurt his career not one bit because Boots is supposed to be the next big thing in these smaller divisions, and that'll be the perfect fight for Jaron Ennis to prove to everybody that he really is an elite level fighter, not just look like one. Now I don't know how easy it'll be for him to make the fight. I don't. More likely, Keith been out there. I mean, he had that little fight with Jarvis, but he done missed a lot of money. I don't see Keith ducking too many calls on big pay-per-view fights. Once the fight get made, Keith can sell a fight. Keith know how to go out here and sell a fight. That won't be a problem. That to me, that's the perfect fight for Jaron Ennis. Keith, he's a older fighter, but he ain't an old fighter. He done took so many years off in his 30s where he definitely haven't had any wear and tear. I don't see no reason why he couldn't be. He'll probably be at his best fighting Boots right now. Because the last I heard, he said he didn't have no injuries. I mean, for Keith, this is the best he probably have felt in years. And like I say, it'll be a real legitimate championship level fight for Jaron Ennis. And big money with this. I think Boots I put like this. If there's a way that they can make this fight, I think we'll have this fight soon. I felt like Keith was ducking Boots when he was trying to come back because he was calling everybody's name out except Boots. But lately, Keith said he ready to fight whoever. However, he ready to get back in there and make that money. And I think he looking at these dudes saying these guys ain't that good now. They ain't fighting nobody. So I like that fight a lot. That fight makes sense, whether it's at 154 or 147. That fight makes a lot of sense from Keith's point of view, and would make a lot of sense for Jaron Ennis if he's still seriously moving up to the 154-pound division. Keith ain't really a 154-pounder, so it won't be him jumping in there with a real big dude in his first fight in the division. And Keith is probably better than definitely all the people he done fought, and probably most of the people that he would get a chance to fight at 154. So I mean, if he could come into that division and beat a guy like Keith Thurman, that'll stamp everything for him, and he can go right into the big fights from there. I mean, because he definitely will have proved who and what he all about if he can beat Keith Thurman. So I like that fight a lot if they can make it. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.